The issue that a lot of people forget about is that these things walk over time, because when it's in the spin cycle, the machine is vibrating a bunch, and as it vibrates, it's able to potentially jump off of the ledge, and that'll be a very expensive repair. There's two things you can do. The easiest basic thing you can do is you can just add some plywood like this. The little foot is gonna get stuck right here. So I've got a little barrier. If nothing else, that is the easiest way to do this. I tried to add a little bit more practicality. And so what I did is I also added a table on top. I framed a deck out of 2x4s. I have 3 studs, so that's one in the middle. I even have blocking right here. These are 3-inch galvanized nails, and this is 3/4 plywood on top. This lets me store pretty heavy stuff. I'm even able to stand on it, and I'll show you guys how we built this thing. So what I'm doing here is I am using a pocket hole jig to drill out the pocket holes for the 4 legs of the table. So I'm doing 2 per leg, and then we're going to make use of the pocket hole screws to actually secure them. All right, now what we're doing is we're attaching the legs to the table below, and so to do that we're using those 2.5-inch pocket hole screws along with the extra long square bit on an impact driver, and we just drive those in 2 per leg across the table to make sure that they stay in place. With the legs in place, now we can get the actual decking, the 2x4s, and the 3/4 plywood up, and it was a little bit heavy, but once you get it up to the right height, you can let it just rest on those 4 posts that we just put on. With the table in place now, I'm using a 4-foot level to just make sure that stuff isn't going to fall off one side or the other. And to do that, I'm using a clamp, a quick release clamp, as well as a 3-inch decking screw, 2 per post on each side, so that once we get our table to the right height, then we can just drive those in to keep it level. And just repeating the same process on the other side of the table, and also in terms of the tilt or the pitch going on the sides of the table too, just using that level again and making sure it's level in both directions. And this is me standing on top of my work, making sure that it can actually handle my weight before I start putting heavier stuff on it. So fortunately I could, and there were no injuries. And to address the issue of the washer or the dryer walking in the forward direction, falling off of the pedestal, this is the part where I'm just using a 4-foot rip of some 7/16 plywood. Honestly, you could use any plywood you want, or even maybe a 2x4 or 2x6 here, as long as it's creating a lip that keeps those feet from the machines from actually falling off that front edge. And I'm repeating the same thing here for the 2 feet in the middle, both the washer dryer as well as the foot on the far left for the washer, so that everything has a lip in front of it so it won't fall off. So that is the finished product. It didn't need to be anything fancy, but yeah, now I've got some plywood here so that if these things ever did walk forward and get to this ledge, at least we've got some little lip right here they can't get past. This was a lip right there, can't get past. And then obviously on the sides now, because I've got my table legs, they can't walk off this way. So yeah, I think this is about as good as I can make it. I did throw in a moving blanket. I tried to get in as much of it as I could between the washer and the dryer here, just so that all the vibrations over time hopefully does a little bit less damage to that one. But yeah. And the access doors and stuff are still able to open up and all that, so that's why I couldn't go any bigger on that one. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Hope this helps, and take it easy.